Hello, everybody. We have a guest host today. Guest host.
Welcome to Project 365. So glad to be with everybody on today. And of course, we know that here we are in this place where I am filling in today as the guest host for the great, the powerful Portia Stanley Wheatley. And I'm so excited to be here. And we are here to make sure that you have some hope, some inspiration, and some encouragement. And so excited to be here. And you talk about special guests. The special guest isn't me. The special guest today is Takira Swan. How are you doing today, Takira?
I am great. I'm actually a little nervous. Can you believe that? I'm here every day talking to you guys, and today I'm a little nervous, but we're going to get through it. So thank you so much for that intro. And I'm so happy you could be our guest host today, filling in for Ms. Portia, who is our founder and president of Trophy of Life Incorporated. And I volunteer for them. I've been volunteering for them for a while. And this year we started a Project 365. And we are rendering hope, encouragement, and inspiration to everyone 365 days of this year. Quite a commitment, but yes, but we can do it. So today I wanted to talk to you guys. Let me set my little timer here because I do not want to go over.
You set your timer, and I'm going to walk this way because the sun decided to go down. And I've got on a t-shirt.
Okay. All right, setting my timer here, and I have my little notes and everything. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you guys about walking in your time or season of re. So what do I mean by re? So of course, when I mean re, I mean like, being back, doing it again. And I made some points, I put reimagine, reevaluate, reinvent, recommit, and respond. So those are the points I'm going to talk about today. And I feel like the time that we are in right now, it's like the perfect time to walk into your time of re, because we're going through some really hard times as a society in the entire world. You have pandemic, you have a lot of social injustice, you have people who their norms have changed. They're not going into work all the time. Even though the world has started opening back up again, it's not completely open, and the things that are open, it's not the same. So how does this apply to you? So this channel that we have started, since the beginning, it's all about you, our viewers. And I just want to give a little bit of encouragement today. And we're going to start that with reimagining yourself. So if you could do me a favor, okay, just close your eyes for just a second. You got your eyes closed? Okay, I see you got your eyes closed. And I want you to imagine yourself when you were younger. You could be a kid, you could be a young adult. Imagine yourself when you thought you could do anything in the world. Before anyone hurt you, before anyone discouraged you, before anyone said you can't do this, before anyone said, look at where you are, who do you think you are? Imagine who you were then and how that made you feel that you can accomplish anything that you want to do. All right, open your eyes. That person is who you really are. That's how you are supposed to be in the world today. But of course, we get discouraged. We discourage our own selves. People discourage us and say, hey, you can't do that. You're from Baltimore. You're from here. You're from there. Like, you want to be a what? You want to be a millionaire? You want to be a teacher, a scientist, a doctor, anything. And I want you to reimagine yourself and say to yourself, what are my dreams? Who do I want to be? Don't even think about who you are right now. Who do you want to be? What do you want to accomplish? And if money were no object, you can do anything you want. You have all the money in the world. What would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Those things contribute to your passion, the things you're thinking about. Like, oh, I would start a school. I would start a ministry. I would do this. I will fly around the world. Those things are things you want to do. And those are passions of yours that have been placed in your heart for a reason. And I'm here to tell you that those things are actually possible. And those of you who know me, I'm preaching to the choir today. I'm telling you. So I'm asking you all just to walk in this journey with me, because I just want to encourage you guys in a practical way today. So that, you can just walk into who you're supposed to be and walk into what you're supposed to do right now. You don't have to wait next month, next year, 5 years from now. You can be who you want to be and who you're supposed to be right now. So we reimagined ourselves. Okay. So when you're reimagining yourself, I want you to think, what natural born talents do you have? Everybody has a natural born talent. You could be a talker. You could be crafty with your hands. You could be really artistic. You could be a great singer, a musician, a dancer. What do you do naturally well? And I don't want anyone to tell you, I don't have a talent. Everybody has a talent. Okay. So those things are things that you are supposed to develop. You're supposed to master. Those things become, your passions that can create income for yourself. Those, shape who you are. Because when I'm a believer, everyone should know that by now. When God created us, he planted, everything in our, in our being of who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do. So let's say, for example, Bishop G, you are a great talker. You've always been a great talker all your life. It could be not even things with, spiritual things. Like maybe you could just talk your way out of any kind of situation. If that is your talent, if that's something that you're naturally good at, that is what you work on. Maybe you're supposed to be a public speaker. Well, we already know who you are, but maybe you're supposed to be a public speaker, someone who helps people in their lives, someone who encourages them, maybe someone who can do an audio book to change people's lives. I am so adamant in thinking that we're all here for a reason and for a purpose. And sometimes it is hard to find out, okay, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing in life? You get discouraged, but this is how you do it. So you're going to follow these steps. The first one is a reimagine. So now that we've done that, okay, and you're imagining, okay, if I had money, it was no object, this is what I would do. Let us reevaluate ourselves. Let's take a step back and say, okay, if I had all the money in the world, I would do this and I would be that, whatever your dreams are. So now reevaluate yourself, okay? And look inside yourself and say, okay, so what is stopping me from being who I dreamed about being? Or what is stopping me from doing what I want to do? Is it your age? Is it your financial situation? Is it your current environment? Your education level? Is it your physical health? Maybe you don't have enough confidence. Maybe you feel like, oh, I started a family, I have children, so I can't do what I wanted to do right now. Like, what is it? What is it that's holding you back from being who you want to be and being who you're supposed to be? So I'm going to give you the answer. It's none of those things. The things that's holding you back, it's yourself. It's you. Okay? You are holding yourself back because let me tell you, there are so many things that you can accomplish even with those boundaries or things that are holding us back. But it's going to take work and it's going to take strategic planning. People say, you got to work hard, you got to work hard. Yeah, you do have to work hard, but you have to work smart. And one thing I have learned is that you cannot accomplish any goal to do anything, no matter your circumstance, without having a plan. And that's a big thing for me because, the real Takira is the person who just, I'm a free spirit. Let's go here. Let's do that. Let's just go on a whim. But we need to have a plan so that you can do that. How do you do that? Let's reinvent ourselves. Okay. So I also want to tell you that there is no dream that is too big and there's no goal that is too small. A lot of times, we say, oh, this goal or this dream of mine is too big, it's too late, I can't do it. Or, oh, I completed something, but it's just a small little goal. Let's say you want to get healthy and lose weight. Oh, I only lost 5 pounds. 5 pounds is a lot. You got to celebrate those small victories, okay? And I just want us to change our mindset a little bit. So celebrities, we all know them, we all love them, we all don't like them. It's always someone you like or don't like, but celebrities reinvent themselves so many times. And we drink the Kool-Aid. We drink the Kool-Aid. You're like, oh, this is not Prince anymore. This is the artist formerly known as Prince. Like he can change his name so many times. And guess what? We had nothing to say about it. We're like, oh man, that's so cool. What's the difference between Prince and you? Confidence. He walked into who he's supposed to be. And he said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to be this. And you just walk in it. And when you are so confident in who you are and what you want to do, nobody can really tell you anything. People can say, oh, you know what, Bishop G, you can't do this. And you're like, no, I can. Like, who's going to stop you? Like, what do you say to that? Like, no, actually, I can. And you just leave it, just drop the mic, leave it at that. And you continue to work. But the difference is, they have those people that help them to reinvent themselves. They have those goals and they put in the work behind it. Okay. And one way you have to do that is you have to leave those old things behind. If you want to reinvent yourself and be someone new, and actually, I feel like when you reinvent yourself, you're not really being someone new. You're just being who you're supposed to be in that season. So just think of it that way. Like if you just think, okay, I'm not really trying to be someone new. I'm being who I've always been. Maybe I just didn't realize it at the time. So you have to leave those negative things behind, leave those old things behind. You have to be brave enough to do what you want to do, scared, jump into it. You got to be a little bit selfish about yourself. I'm all about helping people and changing the world and doing what I have to do, but you have to serve yourself first sometimes. If you keep serving people from an empty cup, guess what? You're going to be drained. You're going to be burned out. You're going to be like, listen, I'm not doing this anymore. And if you aren't good, how are you going to be able to help anyone else? So
that's good.
Yeah. And leave those people behind that have hurt you. Like I myself have been through some situations where people really hurt my feelings. And, I got to be tough in the moment, like, oh, you didn't hurt my feelings. But when I'm by myself, I'm like, that really hurt. I don't have this friend anymore. Or this person who I thought was my supporter just told me they secretly hate me all this time and they don't have my back. But guess what? So what? You don't need them. That is, I'm telling you, God's way of just pushing those people out of your life so that you can continue to walk along the path that you're supposed to do. So let me see. And another thing you can do to reinvent yourself, well, not can do, what you have to do is you have to change your mindset and change the words that come out of your mouth. And I don't care who you are, where you come from, your ethnicity, your religious background, you have to speak positivity into your life. Start out with affirmations. Just speak what you want to happen. Speak who you are into the atmosphere out loud every day. And I tell you, do that. It doesn't take long. Do that, I would say, for, let's say, like 7 days continuously. Okay. And watch your mindset begin to change. You are as you think. Let's think positive. Okay. Positively. Let me see. And then the other thing you need to do to start to reinvent yourself, because the whole thing is we're walking in our time of we're being who we're supposed to be, is you have to set some goals. So what I do that I have noticed it's been successful for me, so maybe you can try it for yourself, is set the big goal that you want to do. Set your big dream. So let's say, okay, my big dream is to be an architect. Okay. So that goes at the top of my paper and you're going to physically write these things down. And if you don't want to do that, you can do your phone, but it's something about physically writing it down on a piece of paper. I want to be an architect. Okay. To be an architect, what do I have to do? So then you make your smaller goals. Okay, I need to go to school for it, which I have. That is actually one of my goals. So I have gone to school. Okay, to go to school for that, what do I have to do? So we're setting the big goal and then we're working backwards. And then that's how you start developing your goal and developing who you are little by little. Because sometimes, you know, when you have your big goal, it gets overwhelming. Like, I don't think I can do this. It's just too much to do. But when you break things down, that is how you can accomplish them. I have my little notes I'm going through. So then after that, I put in here, recommit. Now that's the biggest thing, okay? Because you can reimagine, you can reinvent, you can evaluate yourself all you want, but you have to commit to yourself. That's what you have to do. And you would think it might be the easiest thing to do, but sometimes it's really hard because we may, you know, we know ourselves. We may think about things we've done in the past or maybe our past failures. I don't know if I can do this. You know, you're not walking in that confidence of who you are. You have to make a commitment to yourself that you are going to walk this journey with yourself. No matter what, no matter if you fail, no matter if people laugh at you, no matter people say, boy, what you trying to go to school for and do whatever? Like, come on now, you're not even that smart. No. You have to commit to working on yourself because you are worth the commitment. You are worth taking a chance on. And another way to even think about it, how many things do we commit to? How many things do we commit to that we don't even like? Like, let's say your job. Some of us have jobs that we just don't like that much, but you're committed to go in there every day. Why? Because you want to check, okay? So you want money. But the reward in committing to working on yourself is far greater than any amount of money because you are the only you here on this earth. Do you realize that? It's so many people, but you are uniquely your own person. There's no one else like you. Maybe someone who looks like you, maybe someone sounds like you, but there is no one like you. So you need to commit to yourself because you are worth taking a chance on. Just believe in yourself. And the last thing I have is to respond, to take action. So all these things mean nothing if we don't take any action. Especially my believers, you know, they say faith without works is dead, okay? You can pray all you want to, pray, but if you don't take any action and listen to God and say, hey, God, what am I supposed to be doing? You know, take action towards your goals. Take action and believing in yourself. And, you know it's really, really hard to do things when you're scared or when you're nervous, or if you're concerned about like what people will think about you, or well, what if I fail? You know, trust me, Takira, know all about that. I was nervous to come on here and talk, you know, but you have to do it scared. You have to do it nervous, you know, like, so what if you fail? Like, what if I came on here today and I completely bombed? Okay, so what? What are you gonna do about it? Do you pay my bills? Do you pay my phone bill, my car note? And do you pay anything? Are you contributing to my life in such a manner that if you disagree with me, if you say, oh my goodness, you failed, that I am just gonna be completely like done for? No, nobody has that power over you. Nobody should anyway. And if someone does, this is the perfect time to let that go. It's going to be hard, but it's okay. You have to find your circle of people that will support you. I can be a part of your circle if you need to. I'll be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter. And how many times do we support other people, but we don't support ourselves? Let's take action to do those things and be who we are supposed to be. It's so simple. And I know you're like, oh, it's so simple, but it is difficult, but it's going to be okay. And I'm going to put these little notes on here too. So just so you'll know, but let's go over real quick. Reimagine, reevaluate, reinvent, recommit, and respond. You have to do it. I don't care what it is. You have to do it. And I just want to give, I got like 3 minutes left. I just want to give a little encouragement to people and let you realize, you know, some people who have accomplished things later on in life that have affected us all. Okay, so one person that I didn't know anything about is, let me try to pronounce his name correctly and not jack it up. Okay, it's Momofuku Ando. Do you know who that is?
No, not a clue.
Well, you should. So
Okay.
anyone who's never had any money and you were hungry, you're a college student, you're like, man, I gotta get something to eat. What's the cheapest thing that you can get to eat? Maybe that might remember.
What oodles and noodles? What, I mean,
Oodles and noodles. That
yeah.
is the guy who created the instant noodle, and he didn't do it until he was 48 years old.
Wow.
And how many people in the world have had a cup of noodles? Have some oodles and noodles. They'll be 10 for $1 a giant. But do you see how somebody, like, what if he didn't do that? And and he's Asian, of course, and over there, eating noodles is a part of their culture every day. So what if he said, man, everybody eats noodles, everybody knows what, I can't create anything. No, he went on a limb and he created instant noodles, and now everyone in America, that's what you grab when you don't have any money, especially college students. You've made this man
College
so
kids.
rich.
Listen,
so rich.
He has helped us.
Yes, yes, and it's not healthy. You don't care. But and just some other people like Vera Wang. She didn't get into the fashion industry until she was 40. How about our wonderful man, my main man, Stan Lee? Everybody knows about, the Marvel universe, Spider-Man, X-Men. He didn't create his first successful comic until he was like 40, like 39 years old. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's never too late, because that's something I've said to myself, like, oh man, it's too late to do that. This door is closed. But who said the door is closed? Like I'm going to say most of the millionaires and billionaires of the world did not have their successful thing that made them pop. Colonel Sanders, KFC. I mean, come on, like, you put in the work, and if they gave up, they wouldn't be where they're supposed to be now. So you don't have to be 19, 18, 21 to accomplish your goals. And if you are, that's good. Kudos to you. Start early. And here's my timer. And if you fail at it, you keep on going. Just keep going. There's so many people that affect our lives today. Ford. How many people have driven a Ford or anything that is a subsidiary of Ford? He didn't do that till he was old. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. And like Samuel L. Jackson, we all know Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
He didn't get his hit role until he was 43. Can you believe it?
Yep.
And so I just want to encourage people, because it's never too late. It really isn't. And if you don't like where you are in life, you really do have the power to change it. You really, really do. And then I just want to say something specifically to my believers out there. When you walk into the path that God has laid before you, then everything will fall in line. Okay? Go to him and say, hey, God, you know what? I really don't like where I am. Where do you want me to be? And he will lay all these things out in line. And I gave you the steps of how you can start. Just start there. And all I'm asking you to do is start. So I'm going to end now. My time is up. But I do just want to say, we may have to come back on here and just have like a part 2 of it, because I just really want people to take a practical approach. It doesn't have to be all deep and spiritual and take a practical approach to changing your life. And it really is possible. And I'm done.
Takira Swan. That was absolutely powerful. Thank you so much. I mean, I really believe, and you're right, we all have what it takes to change our lives, no matter where we are, how old we are, our socioeconomic status, or whatever it is, your schooling. And even when you went through that, remember I read something one day where it talked about all the CEOs in America and how many of them don't have a college degree. Like, and
it's
that
a ton
CEO,
of them.
It's a ton of them. It's like, what? How did you're a CEO of them? And I found out yesterday, I was watching the Today Show yesterday, the guy who made Chobani yogurt, Chobani Greek yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
So he just became a citizen to the United States because he came over to the US like a few years ago, couldn't speak the language, but the only thing he knew how to do was to make cheese and yogurt. and now he owns Chobani. What?
You see what I'm talking about? Where you good at? Develop what you're good at.
Right. It's exactly what you said. It's exactly what you said. And so I know I was really encouraged by what you have just talked about today. Of course, reimagine, reevaluate, reinvent, what was the last one? What was it? Recommit, right? And
Recommit.
then was respond, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've got my notes on it, and I've got some stuff that I put in there. One of the notes for me was the whole no empty cup thing, like, and that's how I wrote it. But like, you can't help somebody else if your cup is empty, and a lot of us try to help others, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and reinventing ourselves and not operating from this empty place. And I really appreciate what you have shared today, and I pray that everyone. Let me host. I pray that everyone who has joined us today on Project 365, that you have found some hope, some inspiration, and some encouragement through today's word. It has really been something that I think if you take a look at, and if you've written your notes down, that you can definitely find out where you are. And let's just go ahead. This is what better time than while in a pandemic to reimagine yourself and go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. If you can't tell, but yes, thank you so much. Thank you to Portia Stanley Wheatley
Yes.
for allowing Gregory Andre just to sit in just for a couple minutes and be a part of Project 365 again. And again, like hope, inspiration, and encouragement. But not only that, but then we also encourage and inspiration, which I don't remember which one's first.
It's
But
okay.
but the other thing is I'm really excited, of course, because she has celebration of survival, and she also does vow, and so she has so many projects that she does to help people move from one dimension of their life into the next. And I think we need to take advantage of those opportunities to, so we can be everything we've ever imagined, and more importantly, everything that God's ever imagined. It's possible. So that's it for me. I thank you. Thank you, Takira.
Thank you, everyone. And before we go, I just want to encourage you all to go to our YouTube page and subscribe, share this video, browse our other videos that we have done. And, we're just trying to, like you said, share hope, encouragement, and inspiration across the globe. And we cannot do it without you. And also, you can go to trophyoflife.org, check out the nonprofit organization I volunteer for. That's what this project is under. And we do a lot of great things helping people in all types of different ways. So I just want to encourage you all to do that and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we will see you tomorrow at 1:00.
Bye.